What do we got in here? We got ourselves ATS. Oh, Philip, my man, with a dono for 20 sec, my boy. Can we get a hashtag Philip in chat? Show an opportunity for the Wolf of Dono, my man. Thank you so much. We got ourselves ATS. Play that Arcane, not Fire. We got ourselves Maya Monk is going up first. Getting obliterated by Oblivious. Well, I guess it's in the Karma coming out immediately, and Oblivious is going to bail out of that situation. What is even going on? That's going to be Oblivious just trying to cut away from the Monk. One of the most mobile classes in the game, getting completely out-kited with a couple of rapid fire. His guys coming in for Oblivious. Maya is popping in that wall right now. We'll introduce the rest of the team. Can I catch a break with this Fist of Furies? Gonna be Arcane shots, Maliner to follow. Mayaf get him in heal even if he wanted to. Try to let us fight. It's gonna be interrupted. As he's gonna be down. On my F team, we got ATS, we got ourselves Emma Blocks, we got ourselves Rimuru and Simex on team that's winning right now. Catch again, Kissing, we got ourselves Smurled, and we got ourselves UKL. Oblivious getting that scatter shot onto ATS, playing that Arcane. Might have an easier time with Oblivious since he does have more mobility than a Monk. His rapid fire is going to come out. Arcane missiles are going to be to follow. Temporal coming in. Oblivious is going to get an aim shot into ATS, but Arcane missiles are going to be doing quite a bit of damage on the side. Double tap available for Oblivious, cannot be interrupted on it. Gonna be pretty big aim shot onto ATS, lots of health down, does get interrupted onto Arcane too. That's gonna put him in a bad spot. Polymorph coming in onto the pet. And Oblivious is looking maybe to get himself a reset. They're gonna be a trick it out of ATS as an Arcane shot trying to come out for Oblivious. He's gonna get knocked up on that Arcane shot. Gonna be invis for ATS as he gets over massive defensive turn is not coming out for Oblivious right now. ATS does get like a 60% damage reduction every time he does get himself an invis. Gonna run around getting those instant casts. Does have a healing compared to Obliv, who doesn't have any heals. Obliv is trying to get his casts off. It's gonna be ATS to get himself into another invis, and it's actually gonna be using those blinks around the line of sight to get this Arcane missiles in there. Gonna be rapid fire for Obliv with a scatter shot onto ATS, another aim shot right in the head. And Obliv is not looking that healthy anymore, man. That's a lot of damage coming down for him. This mage is not letting him go anywhere. He has such a good start in the beginning. It's gonna get more slow. He's just trying to whittle down the hunter. And unless Oblivious has a way around this, looks like the dot itself might be enough. Maybe a freezing trap. Gonna be a freezing trap. Does he catch a camo? I would have caught a camo at that point. Oh my goodness. And Oblivious looking to see if he can maybe survive. Does get a wall up and running. Interrupt onto ATS, but the dots do take him out. I would have went for a camo in that moment, my boy. Says such a strong opener versus a Monk. Obliterating the guy. And Smerald is a Fury Warrior trying to get in. Gonna get a little bit of a lag going on for him, as sometimes we get with warriors charging really off of a mount. Maybe something with the mounts that does it. It's just gonna get another blink, and that's gonna be probably the worst matchup for Smurl. As he's playing the Fury Warrior, all he can do is walk over to ATS, slow it completely, can't really play his character ever. And ATS can just run circles around the guy with freezes, slows, and blinks. And if he's ever in trouble, he can always land a polymer from afar. Arcane missiles coming out. Gonna get a blink before Smurl can even connect. And Smurl needs to get a charge heal. And as long as ATS blinks right before he connects with a charge heal, gonna be a short reflect coming out for Smurl. Maybe now he can go for some big health. He is gonna go for enrage regeneration right now. Does he have a charge for it? Looks like ATS forced out a big defense over Smurl. The biggest defense he's got. Doesn't have a blink for that charge though. And Smurl does get himself a little bit of healing. All Smurl can do, he can't really do damage to ATS, to be honest. He realistically can't do damage to the guy. Realistically, all he can do is try to delay his death. Because what is a warrior going to do in this situation? Is going to get a reflect back for some damage back to ATS. Big leap, Stormbolt coming out. ATS does trick it out of it. Did use a blink a little bit early. He's going to blink back. Another knock-up coming out onto Smurl. Smurl finally clears those slows off. Going to be more slows getting attached to him. Maybe he can find himself some line of sight, wait for the Stormbolts, and really go in on Stormbolts. But with the mobility of that of a mage, it's going to be tough. This is tough. Does have his heal back up and running. Blading over there to ATS. Maybe he can catch him. He's going to go for enrage regen right now, but he's frozen trick inside of it. Stormbolt onto ATS, and he does get to catch up. A little bit of healing here and there. Maybe a charge from there. Maybe? No, he doesn't have it. Does get himself another Bloodthirst, but another blink knockup with Arcane missiles. Does get a leap charge. It does catch you a little bit of healing. ATS blinking away. This is just one of those sad duels to watch, man. I'll be honest. Because every time you just kind of hoping that the warrior might have himself a chance. But never happens, man. Never a cigar. And Arcane Missiles do take him out in the end. Just the mobility, man. Kachikan is up next. Is Kachikan gonna have any easier time with ATS playing the Fury Warrior? He'll show us how it's done. If Kachikan can beat ATS, I don't think anybody can. Kachikan is the man. Experience with this. Gonna get a blink on that charge. Gonna be a leap by Kachikan. Didn't leap too far. Does still get himself a bit of a heal. As long as he can get those charge and cash in on that heal at one point or another, it might not be the worst position for him. Does get a charge into ATS, and ATS is gonna blink away. Kachikan got a heal from him, which also clears the slows and turned around where ATS is facing as he's trying to approach him ASAP. Trickets out of the route immediately. Might as well, because what is ATS gonna do? Not gonna polymorphia. Kachikan looks like trying to get a lead, but get knocked up in the air. Gonna get a reflect as Kachikan does get to connect with ATS. Temporal coming in as the mage is trying to wait this out a little bit. Kachikan does run double charge, which might give him more mobility in order to make a play here. He's gonna get another charge. Just looking away in the other direction, expecting for ATS to go on the other side. ATS actually is getting a little bit smarter with that. Kachikan is still trying to pull off that trick. It's gonna go Beyblade into him. Does break it out so he gets Bloodthirst immediately. Big leap onto ATS. If Kachikan is managing his mobility as best as he can, and if you can trick out ATS on a blink without having to charge him, that could help a ton. If you can catch up with him like that, you might be able to catch him eventually. Gonna be short of his by ATS. Kachikan knows more or less what he's going for. That's gonna be a reflect for Kat as he's able to at least walk to ATS. ATS. I keep sometimes calling him ATS, but it is ATS. Knock up with a charge for Kachikan. ATS. Get blinking out of there. Kachikan just gonna use line of sight to his best advantage. I don't know if this duel is gonna go anywhere. We're gonna have to go into the high dampener for this one. 7 minutes in, 17% dampening. Both of these bad boys are doing quite a bit of healing. Kachikan so far hasn't fallen behind too far. He's only slightly behind ever if he messes up his mobility. But that makes for a very annoying duel. Does mount up. Gonna be a knockup by ATS. Kachikan is gonna get a reflect. Gets a slow onto ATS actually with a fear to follow. The Tricket's out of it. Oh, Racial's out of it. Gonna be Kachikan Tricket out of that route. It's trying to get some damage rolling. Maybe another blink out of the mage. Kachikan inspecting. Oh, a nice block out of ATS. Doesn't have the mobility. It looks like he's just gonna wait it out until all these blinks are back up. Maybe does Kachikan have him on the ropes? Get him the slows into ATS, not let him go anywhere. Blink charge immediately. Another blink back. Does Kachikan have anything for it? Does get a leap. Tempo's back up. Another blink for ATS. Is trying to go for some big damage back onto the warrior. And Kachikan does reflect the slow back to him. Another blaze storm to break out of another route. ATS is trying to kite him as best as possible. Blink comes in. Does Kachikan go for a charge? No, he doesn't. Actually just using line to side as best as possible. Does charge ATS as he goes next to a pillar. If Kachikan can get a slow and some big rampages onto ATS, he might just be able to do something. So far, so good in his health. He got himself the new Azeroth trait from the new raid. Is going to get a reflect as ATS could go for a slow right now. Actually trying to turn the damage around. That's going to be a charge. ATS is going to blink back. Kachikan using both of his charges. Maybe a leap available right now. Doesn't have the leap. It looks like ATS did exhaust every mobility for Cat. Leap comes in towards the very end though into a route. Maybe a leap into a blaze storm might have been a better situation. But Kachikan doesn't even have that. ATS getting some free pot shots with a knockup onto Kachikan. Finally, Arcane Missiles get to cleave away. Try to see if he can break through him. The Undulating Tides trait. That's a new trait in patch 8.0, 8.2. 10 minutes in, 31% dampening. We're going to be going into a long game with this one, boys. Who's going to win? Kachikan, the Fury Warrior God, or ATS, who's normally a fire mage, but is showing us that Arcade is actually quite busted for these 1v1s with the slows and the mobility. Gonna be a tricky for Cat out of that route, but looks like Kachikan is again trying to get him a bit of a juke against ATS. Gonna be a nice block by the mage. Not letting Kachikan get any damage or healing for that matter. Is waiting for his blinks. He's gonna get a slow into Kachikan from afar. Maybe he could have caught an Arcane Missiles. He's blinking into the room actually, and is gonna blink out with our Arcane Missiles for free. Kachikan taking quite a bit of damage from that. Can ATS do that again? Gonna be a charge healed by Kachikan. ATS needs to get more of those Arcane Missiles, and they're going to be a reflect for Kachikan right now as the mage finally gets to close in. It's going to get a couple of those Arcane Barrages in there. That's going to be a commanding shot for Kachikan. Last line of defense for this bad boy. Does get an instant charge on the ATS as soon as he gets in it. Kachikan looking to maybe get himself a bit of a heal. But looks like his health is just not doing that good, man. If ATS could do that blink back forth with Arcane Missiles, might be the end, and down he goes. The bad boy does go down. UKL trying to finish off ATS. Immediately going to be another blink by this mage. with more slows onto a Demon Hunter. Now, a Demon Hunter is very similar to a Monk, very similar to a Warrior. Lots of mobility. But he does also have quite a bit of bleed damage and quite a bit of range damage. Might be the guy to stand toe-to-toe to ATS. 14 minutes in, 56% dampening. That's going to be an extra spicy long duel, boys. UKL, though, barely any health. Or barely has a fair amount of health. Just with dampening, any amount of health starts to matter. Being at about 60%. Looks like he does run the Imprison. That's like unbreakable Imprison. No damage or healing can come through. And ATS takes quite a bit of damage from UKL after that Imprison. Try to go for Arcane Missiles. Needs to go for as much healing as humanly possible. Does he get a Maledict? On UKL, looks like he doesn't roll Maledict. That's going to be ATS. Shields are getting purged back to back. Trying to get those Arcane Missiles in there. Does interrupt UKL. Locking him out on the I-Beam. Short Temporal coming in. Trying to get himself a bit of a heal as Sage Chicken pops in for ATS. And UKL is not letting him go anywhere. That's going to be a stun onto ATS. Could that be the end to the Mage? Does get a root onto UKL. Can ATS do something here? Looks like maybe Invis might have to come out here. Don't you get away? Does get Invis as Phalanxes are obliterating him. Trying to go for instant cast as much as he can. Trying to heal what he can. And he's going to land himself an instant cast onto UKL with a bit of Arcane Missiles. UKL not looking that healthy anymore. Blinks back with more Arcane Missiles. Does get to take him out with Burst Up. Second stun by Kissy. It looks like ATH finally does go down. This guy being a menace to the whole enemy team. ATH went through Kachikan. He went through Obliv. He went through Smerald. He went through UKL. That's a big old 1v4. And Kissy, you got to somehow come back with Prox, Rimuru, and Simex on the other side of the team. Are you serious? Let's say that's going to be Simex. I do wonder if Simex changed up his playstyle with those PvE trinkets being so heavily nerfed. Is he still going to go for those castle range PvE trinkets? We'll see. Get those odds, get in that range from Kissy. And Kissy just continued to hammer on big damage right now. Simex is going to go for as much range damage while he's got it. Kissy taking a bit of dot damage, taking a bit of pet damage. Like he actually dodged a spell or something. Or maybe he just went through him, like spiked through him. And Simex just trying to keep that range, letting those dots, letting the procs build up. Is it still running PvE stuff? All those range abilities going to be a stun on to Simex and trying to get a heal. Stun back into Kiss, the trick is out of it. Metamorphosis coming out. I-Beam to follow. Cyclotronic Blast does connect. I think Simex might be done for. Turtle Shell coming out as Kiss is just trying to turn it around. Oh, the Simex Freezing Trap available. No way out of it. Simex is going to go for Crucible to get a self-heal going. Does Simex have enough for a camo? He does land himself a camo. Kissy could go for eyes. That's going to be a charge trap to stop him into a net. Does get that big Azeroth beam from a distance. Simex doesn't have anything for this, though. Barely has any health. Needs to land a stun on the Kissy, but it looks like time is running out. 17 minutes in, 73% dampening, and down he goes. Rimuru and Prox are the last people left. It looks like Rimuru. Oh my goodness, my boy. It's 17 minutes. Just charge him. Oh, you know what? He's waiting out for the Metamorphosis. He's like, you know what? I'm going to wait. Without meta. It looks like Kiss is just gonna steal some buffs from Rimuru and is gonna get that stun in. 5v5 1v1 Duels. You guys can give each other a little bit of the honor, but not necessary. As soon as the teammate that's ahead of you dies, you can welcome to go in. Rimuru trying to get a bit of damage. Looks like Ashley might be going down. And just a one shot does get a reflect at the very end. Commanding shout coming out. Looks like Kissy really just dropped a hammer on the bad boy. Let's try to get some range damage in. Kissy waiting for that second stun. Is gonna blade dancing there a little bit. Rimuru getting out with that. He's still walking. He's still walking. Does he realize that? He's still like RP walking. Chickens out of that stun. It's gonna be I-Beam. Stormball coming out into Kissy. Does Rimuru have any damage to follow right now though? Actually super low in health. That's gonna be one and I'll take him out. Kissy taking him out back to back and it's gonna disrupt Prox's opener. Gonna be a wall and thorns right now. Kissy maybe looking to dispel it. Does dispel the thorns. Let's give it a root to keep him in place. Actually reverses that root back into Prox, which kind of stutters him a little bit. Try to get that Cyclotronic Blast trinket. Kissy looking to clean up Prox a bit. Clean him out a little. But Prox looking to get himself a lot of healing. You see, back to Troll? Not Xanda anymore, just a normal Troll it looked like? Is that what Prox plays right now? Back to normal Trolls? Or is it still Xanda? He is a normal Troll. Look at his Troll form. Is that a Xanda? Whoa, look at him. Oh, I'll see you out of your form one day. We're going to be tricking out of Kissy. Stun onto Prox. Tricking out of immediately. Bash into Kissy. Cyclotronic Blast to follow. Looks like he almost got it off, but that's going to be an interrupt. But he does take out Kissy with a Fell Flame in the end. The Crucible Flame. Wow, ATS. Big damage there, man. Kissy, big comeback too. Incredible, boys. That was nuts. That was so clutch. Let me 1v1 catch again if you want to. Ancient wants to 1 catch again. Ancient and catch again. If y'all want to 1v1 towards the end of the stream, you guys are more than welcome to.